Good morning. It's so wonderful to be with you all, each of you and all of us together on this beautiful summer morning. I'm here in Annapolis, Maryland by the water, and I'm sitting in front of two big, strong and steady oak trees, which are often holding our clearing, holding our space for our Sangha when I'm able to be with you. So I just want to honor them and name them and um and have them kind of hold this space for us today. Today we're going to talk about despair and agency and the practice of seeing with new and ancient eyes at the same time, seeing with fresh eyes, as Thich Nhat Hanh invites us to do, and seeing with ancient eyes, as Joanna Macy does. Both have been wonderful teachers for me. I've been so lucky to spend time with both of them in person, receiving their wisdom and more than that, their transmission of their graceful presence. And this morning, I just want to bring their teachings together as we gather and root ourselves in what's true and timeless. So we'll begin with a meditation. I invite you to find a way to sit that's relaxed and alert. You're sitting like a majestic mountain, or if you like, you can envision this strong and graceful oak tree behind me. We're both inviting in the strong back. Um, there's alertness, there's intention, there's dignity in the body, and we're maintaining that soft front, that tenderness, that gentleness. We're embodying both. I'll invite the bell for us to start. This is a bell from Plum Village, Thich Nhat Hanh's home and practice center in Bordeaux, France. And as we invite the bell, you might bring your attention to the sound of the bell, following it all the way to the end. This allows you to use sound as the mechanism for gathering attention, bringing it to a single point of focus. So let your body find stillness. You may do that by beginning with grounding, bringing attention to your feet, feeling the earth, the ground beneath you. Just feeling your own body in space and time right here. Feeling the feet on the earth. Move attention up the body, through the legs, to the hips, the back, shoulders, face, top of the head. And just taking in the whole body at once. That integrated wholeness. Inviting everything to be here. All physical parts, all dimensions of you, everything is welcome. So as we sense our body as a whole, feeling our feet grounding, I'm going to experiment, because that's what life is in each moment, with inviting the bell again. Let me try it again. Some of you may have heard it, some may have not. So the bell invites us to come home to the present moment, come home to the here and now. We'll hope that this bell is reverberating through to all of your spaces, and if not, I invite you to use your imagination, hearing this deep sound. Bringing attention to the breath, feeling the last waves of sound echo through our chest and torso. We begin to feel and drop into the truth of our interconnection, our interbeing. So let's breathe together here, bringing attention and awareness to the breath, to the process of breathing. Feel your body breathe. There's a moving from thinking into feeling, from head to heart. We do that by letting go of thinking about the breath or an object, and thinking, actually no thinking, just feeling the felt sensation of breathing. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. Breathing in, here. Breathing out, now. In all that's going on, conscious breathing is my anchor. Allowing attention to rest on breathing. Slowly closing all the open tabs in the mind. Gathering attention. Bringing attention and awareness to a single point of focus. We allow the breath to calm the body, and the body calms the mind. Now we can sense the ground beneath us, the living earth holding you. As you feel that grounding, that support of the earth, Notice the breath moving through you at the same time. Allowing your body to be breathed as part of a rhythm older than words. Your body recognizes that this is a sacred space. This moment is a sacred moment. So bringing attention deeper inward into the heart area, taking a breath in and out of the heart space. Let's open this inner doorway to deep seeing. We're letting a wider perspective emerge. A perspective from our spirit, our bodhisattva nature, our true self. We're seeing from here. There's a wider awareness as we feel ourselves part of something larger. We're not just one body, one life. We are a thread in a vast web. So just relaxing back, allowing the shoulders to relax a bit, the jaw to soften. You're relaxing back into the truth of that wider perspective. I am not alone. I am part of a living, breathing ecology, ecosystem. I'm connected. This living, breathing web doesn't just span everything that's moving on the earth today. It's woven across generations and species and beings. So we rest in that wider, timeless perspective. Coming back to a single point of focus, feeling the breath. This breath and the next one. Each breath connected to forests breathing, to old trees like the one behind me. Feel yourself part of that. As your body breathes, feel your bones. These bones carry the memory of ancestors. And for each of us, one way or another, our bodies pass on to descendants. Feeling that lineage, that interconnection. And then feeling the heart space, bringing attention and awareness to breathing in and out of the heart. The heart is beating in rhythm with Mother Earth. Feeling the breath, the inhale and the exhale, moving in rhythm with ocean waves coming in and going out. Body being breathed with forests and trees. Heart beating with the rhythm of the earth. The inhale and the exhale in sync with the waves of the ocean. Relax back into this wider, natural rhythm of which you are a part. Rest here in this moment of sacred interconnection, of interbeing. Allowing the truth of interconnection, of interbeing, of oneness and belonging to arise. We're feeling it through the body. Imagine you are seeing and feeling this with new, fresh eyes in this present moment. Each moment new, fresh. Seeing this earth and your place in the family of things with a beginner's mind. Fresh eyes. And now, relaxing back, I like to envision myself, feel myself becoming older, ancient, maybe like the tree behind me, rooted, strong, extending my arms and legs like big branches, breathing in and out. Seeing the wider perspective, expansiveness across generations. Here we practice seeing with ancient eyes. We see systems and patterns. We see cross-generational connections and threads. We see all the ways we've been receiving love and support and help, teachings and kindness. Just feeling that for a moment. And then feeling all the ways we touch others. We care for gardens and pets and populations and those that are hurting and those that don't have a voice. And the flowers in the pot on our balcony, the neighbor down the street, future generations. We look at the wider circles of influence, of interbeing, of interconnection. Seeing with wise and ancient eyes. We rest here. And from this place, we can deepen attention into deep time. We envision all of us here together this moment, breathing, practicing, softening. We envision that we're in a circle, shoulder to shoulder. Breathing together, the in-breath and the out-breath. And now we expand the circle. Not just one another and all beings here in this moment, but inviting in those from across time. Behind you, sensing the presence of your ancestors, those who've lived before you, known and unknown. Those who walk the earth, tended the soil in the gardens, wept in grief, laughed in joy. Feel their hands on your shoulders, their breath behind yours. Receive their blessings, invite them in. Feel their steadiness, their resilience, their ability to navigate the toughest times, difficult challenges, and to savor the glimmers of joy available every day. Just receive that strength from your lineage. And now bring awareness in front of you to the ones who are yet to come, your descendants, maybe biological, maybe those you've taught and touched, cared for. Future beings, see them watching you, grateful, listening. You are the ancestor that they will call in, that they will speak of. You are the ancestor tending to your own practice, healing your heart, caring for the earth and each other. Let us just feel that interconnection. What seed do you wish to plant today? Physically in your garden, in your practice, in your ways of seeing, in your behaviors. What beauty or truth do you want to pass on? In this river of impermanence, everything changing each moment. Who are you today? Who are you becoming? What do you want to pass on? Just pause here for a moment, letting your body, your open heart, feel this exchange. Receiving from the past, offering to the future. You, dear one, are held in deep time. Taking a deep breath in here. You might put your left hand on your heart, your right hand on your belly, and just breathe here, pressing a bit. I am here, held in deep time. Feeling the truth of a council of beings all around us. The deer that walked across this front yard last night. The butterfly that is dancing in my lavender next to my screen porch, just over there. The water that's flowing on two sides of this house from the back creek and then out to the Chesapeake Bay. We feel the water, the trees, the animals. We recognize that we are held in a council of beings. We can enter that clearing at any time, wherever you are. So just breathing in and out. Deep time across generations and the wider truth of being and living in an interdependent, interconnected state of oneness. It's a very loving place to rest awareness. So taking a deep breath in and a slow, easy exhale. I invite you to bring attention back to the sound of the bell. And just feel it in the body, echoing across time and across this beautiful land of beings we inhabit today. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be safe and protected. May you be healthy and strong. And may you live with ease and know that you are loved. So thank you all for that practice, for practicing with me. Just surveying the chat for a moment. I invite you to just where you are, stand or sit, twist the body if you like, if that feels good. Stretch the arms like the tree behind me. Just allowing the body to move however it wants to move. We're very embodied right now, very connected, sensing. So just allow the body to stretch, to move. You're so welcome, Tamden. Thank you. You're welcome to put any thoughts, sensations, insights, observations into the chat as we stretch. It's just a lovely way to bring attention to whatever your body and your heart is experiencing right now. And when we share it, it strengthens our sangha. It strengthens our way of recognizing each other. Thank you, Jen. Sorry, my glasses. Let me polish them. Yeah, just feeling, arriving. Wow. It's with a deep exhale that I arrived here with you today. It was really a week of big teaching of impermanence and love. Sunday last week, a week ago today, I lost my beloved friend, Rick. Some of you might have been here when I shared, and at the end of May, beginning of June, I shared that it was my mother's birthday. And I walked, it was May 27th, and I walked down the street just about 3 minutes, kind of across the street. And I went to Barb and Rick's house. I love to go there and with my dog Max, and we often go and just hang out. And Rick and Barb are in their 80s, and they are just they're so wise and so funny and amazing listeners. They just listen and share and support. And so I went down there because I was really missing Mom. I was here with my 3 animals, and they came out on the front porch, big old front porch with columns, and we were rocking together. There's something beautiful about that rocking. There's something timeless, right, about rocking. And I said, guys, I was feeling lonely tonight, missing my mom. Just not lonely, but that bittersweet sadness of feeling her, loving her, and also just missing her physical presence. And I said, I just thought it'd be so great to just sit with you. And so we sat together, and you may recall if you heard me tell you about this just when it happened, was that I said, well, Mom was born in 1936, and Rick, a tall, 6'4", big man, sparkling eyes, said, I was born in 1936 too. And it was just joyful to sit there and rock with the person that is the same age that my mom would have been. And we talked and told stories and laughed. And then at the end of my visit, Barb said, Rick went on to do some things, and Barb said, today was a really hard time for us this afternoon. We were working on some things, and there was some struggles with the mind and taking care of complex tasks. And she said, you really got us out of that low point, and your visit was so uplifting. And I thought, that's what I shared with you all earlier. I thought, wow, isn't that funny? I go because I needed the lift, And turned out, little did I know, so did they. And we lifted each other up. So Rick, Rick taught me a lot in the short time we were together. He really stepped in like a father figure when my basement flooded multiple times for different reasons. He kept coming over and helping, bringing his wet vac on a wagon, putting a water sensor in my basement, taking care of my Lion and Olivia cats when I was away for the weekend a few times, teaching me how to tie the lines on the front and back of a kayak so I can attach it to the dock, his dock, getting in and out, just using his kayaks all the time, just teaching me things, being there, guiding me, coaching me. And we were really startled that we lost him just last week at 89. And then I found out on Friday that my beloved cat, Lion, has cancer. I just found out Friday afternoon, so I'm still not fully understanding that. My sweet 11-year-old. And it just happened in the same week, just after a waterfront ceremony for Rick. I was getting really worried about the rapid weight loss for Lion. And all of it is that when life, pulls the rug out or shatters you or surprises you, when the heart breaks open, as Joanna Macy says, we can contain the whole universe. And so as the beloved teacher Joanna Macy moved into hospice recently, I've been really finding solace and comfort in her teachings. She tells us that pain that we feel for our neighbor, for our cat, for the world, for the people suffering in wars and hunger and fear, it's not a problem to be avoided, that kind of pain. It's a doorway for vitality, actually, for growth and transformation. And so I thought, let me spend some time this week in her teachings. And one of those teachings that I want to share today is that despair reveals our deep care. And the despair for Rick, the despair for Lion, is just the other side of love. The despair for the earth, the despair for the destruction of many of our beloved agencies, the despair for people suffering in Texas from the flood of the Guadalupe River, all of that, it's so hard to hold. And we train. That's why we train our bodhisattva mind. We train our attention. We train our hearts so that we don't get swept away in the river of despair, but instead pull back. We sit on the bank. We connect to the earth. We allow ourselves to feel. And we see the grief, anger, fear. These are signs that we're still connected. We're still connected to what matters and that we do care. The true danger is numbness, numbing out. And I confess that Friday night, after coming home with Lion and his carrier, with all the medication to set up for hospice here, me, the hospice nurse, I laid out on my purple sofa and turned on Netflix and just watched an old TV show with a bag of popcorn. Next episode, next episode, next episode. And that, I knew I was doing it, and I was doing it with intention and love. And I knew, Roshi Joan Halifax teaches us that compassion is attending to the suffering of a human being or ourselves. and sensing what will serve. And I thought, okay, Friday night, what will serve is vegging out on the sofa with Netflix and popcorn, and that is just what I needed. And yesterday I was already set up to facilitate a retreat, a private retreat, which I did, which allowed me to be in the field of loving awareness and be in practice and service. And that is just what I needed. And then last night, dear friends brought food and salad and a big cherry pie, and we cooked and hung out. And look who's coming to join us, Lion. He's coming right over here. Let's put him on here. Here, Lion. Show everybody your cute face. Isn't that something? He knew. He knows what's going on. So, despair and agency, Joanna Macy teaches us, is really that the pain we feel for the cat, for the world, are not problems to be avoided, but it's a doorway to transformation. And I can feel that. I can feel the wisdom of her teaching. She says, turn towards pain. Whoa, everything belongs, Tara teaches us. So I held Lion last night. I felt him, sang to him. I held a ceremony for Rick's widow and granddaughter this week. So we turn towards it. We create spaces together. And the power of Joanna's teaching is just amazing to me. You know, she's in hospice. I'm setting up my little tiny Lion hospice. And her truth that resilience emerges from emotional honesty, empowerment, our agency and our power, our sense of ability doesn't come from bypassing hard truths, but from facing them with courage and presence. This is quite unbelievable, and I'm quite moved. I don't know that Lion has ever attended one of our sessions here together. Here he is. So Joanna's teaching is about, she calls it the work that reconnects, that it's a spiral, and it starts with gratitude. So Lion is showing up for that teaching, the gratitude teaching, that it allows us to appreciate life. I appreciated the father figure coming into my life through Rick. I appreciate all the love and comfort that I've received with Lion and continue to receive. Gratitude grounds us, it opens our heart, and it provides resilience. And then we create a space for pain. And we can do that individually, which, I had to do Friday night. We do it together when, creating a ceremony by the water to feel the loss of Rick, to play Frank Sinatra's My Way, to look at his faded sailboat there in the slip that he loves so much. Joanna says that creating space for helplessness and despair, for grief and pain, it helps us to witness our pain together and restore our shared humanity. And that is the practice. That is the work. That is the gift. And then she invites us, as we're doing that, we're holding space. We begin with gratitude. We invite in all the feelings to see with new and ancient eyes. We did that together. We shifted into this broader way of seeing. Let me see what's right here in the present moment. Lion's sweet face, the tree, the leaves blowing, the sounds of birds, and then recognize our interbeing, our embeddedness in this ecology, and that we're right here too. Each one of us are like trees in a grove. We recognize that, and we draw on deep time, ancestral wisdom. I'm going to pause right now as we think about seeing with new and ancient eyes. I just love that. My teacher Thich Nhat Hanh is always teaching us to see with fresh eyes. I have a chapter in my book, The Mindful Day. It's called Seeing with Fresh Eyes. I just really, really deeply appreciate that when we can drop all the filters and all the stories we have about each other, the stories about groups, the stories about people, the stories about family members. Just drop it. It's like dropping the scales, seeing freshly, because we have been changing, other people are changing. Our biases get so locked in, so we see with fresh eyes. And with that comes seeing more joy, more beauty. And then we also see with ancient eyes. We invite in the eyes of our ancestors. We see through the grandmother's eyes. We see through ancestors we've never known. And then we see through our descendants' eyes, the next generations looking up at us. This is really fortifying to me. It's Joanna's teaching that this is a practice. It's the practice that we did today, seeing with new and ancient eyes. And then we have the practice of deep time. And that deep time is going back and going forward, past and future generations. So I want to pause here and just invite you to, I see your hello lion in the chat, to share if there's any perspective of new or ancient eyes, or the practice of deep time. When we did that practice together, was there an ancestor that came into your heart or mind? Someone you knew or didn't know? Or maybe there was a different perspective of the beings that are all alive. So we're really broadening. And I'm finding this really helpful as I'm feeling close in the despair of loss this week and of illness, and then also relaxing back into the timelessness, the impermanence, the interconnection. When we expand our sense of self, Joanna Macy teaches, we more easily and naturally act with care. It's really a really cool and fresh practice to move into what Dan Siegel out in California, the wonderful meditation and teacher and psychologist. He's a neurobiologist, clinical psychologist guy. And he teaches us to move not just from me to we, but me to mui. He loves to come up with a new word, MWE, mui. I'm still here, but I'm inside the we. And so that's the practice. This spiral, the work that reconnects, is inviting us to shift our perception from fragmented ego, isolated ways of seeing and doing, to more expanded, integrated, and timeless. That is the teaching. It's a return to sacred sight. We're really the sacred site. Thich Nhat Hanh calls it listening and seeing deeply. This is what we're invited to do. This is our practice. And while we're moving in really difficult times that are seemingly just, every day it's a new surprise, a new shock, a new loss, a new opening for grief. Macy is teaching us that our true identity is very deep and timeless and expansive. And so our practice is to titrate between bringing attention right into the here and now. That's how we started. We started with attention to the feet on the earth, attention to the breath in this moment, the inhale and the exhale. We get really small and focused, very right here, this present moment, this body, this breath. That's a really beautiful anchoring skill. And so we start there, and then we settle, and we land, and then we relax back into that wider awareness, and then invite it in. Each of us, we recognize the Sangha, everyone breathing, practicing together. And then we invited in the heartbeat of the earth. We invited in the breathing from the forests and the trees. We invited in the ebb and flow of the ocean waves. We're relaxing into the interconnected truth of oneness. And then we breathe and rest there and be held. And then I'm not caring for lying alone anymore. The whole Sangha is with me. The whole Sangha is caring. The whole earth is caring. My tree outside is caring. My lavender blowing is caring. Gosh, that feels easier. And so this is our practice. Our practice is seeing with new and ancient eyes, of resting in deep time, of remembering the truth of who we are, that we belong to each other, that we belong to this earth, and we hold all of our despair with agency, that we are empowered. Our practice gives us that. Our deepest intention of our heart gives us that. So I invite you to close your eyes for a moment if that's comfortable for you. You might bring to mind a beloved pet or person that you've had to say goodbye to. Or bring to mind someone who's beloved that you're concerned about right now. And just feel their presence with you. Feel them breathing, holding your hand, or nuzzling their face on your leg, as Lion's doing to me a lot. And then feel the Sangha, shoulder to shoulder. Breathing together. One hand on our heart, the other hand on the back of the person next to us right here. Walking each other home. Thank you. Thank you for being here with me and Lion. I'll invite the bell, and then we'll move into movement. We'll move into movement with Emily. If you need a bio break, do that. Stretch, enjoy her guidance, and we'll come back together for some community sharing.